Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today this is going to be a quick video. I'm going to be briefly telling you my thoughts on the newly announced Rolex Pre-Owned Program. I've got a news flash from Hoodinkee from the day. The breaking news story that they ran on this certified pre-owned program from Rolex says, the program, which offers both certification, a guarantee of authenticity and a 2-year warranty, kicks off this month at 6 Bucharest boutiques spanning Switzerland, Austria, Germany, France, Denmark and the UK before expanding to the other official Rolex retailers by the spring of 2023. The article says a few more things, but the other bit I want to highlight is where it says, in terms of the process, the program applies to second-hand Rolex models that are at least 3 years old at the time of resale. So what does this mean for the consumer, the watch enthusiast, the likes of you and me? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to look at two models just for the sake of argument, because Bucharest already started selling these certified pre-owned watches. Now, Watch Eric did a really good video explaining a lot more detail about the program, so I'm not going to really go too much into that. But what I am going to say, Bucharest have already started selling these certified pre-owned watches. And just for price comparison's sake, I looked at what these watches were going for and compared it with the typical price you would see for one of these watches on Chrono24. The first watch I looked at was the Rolex Submariner date, and according to Chrono24, at the moment, for a 2018-2019 model, you can pay around £10,950 for a Rolex Submariner date with the black face. Bucharest are selling the same watch. Now, I believe the watch in Chrono24 is in very good condition, and I don't really know quite what the condition of the Rolex certified watches would be, but I would assume they'd be at least a very good condition. Bucharest are selling a Rolex Submariner date for £15,700. So you're going to be paying a 43% uplift on the second-hand retail sales value for a Rolex Submariner date, which is already over 50% of its RRP. The second Rolex I looked at was the Rolex Submariner Hope, and again on Chrono24, you can pick up one of these in very good condition from around 2018-2019 for £17,850. Bucharest is selling this same model for £23,500, which is a 32% uplift on the second-hand retail sales market you would pay for this watch on Chrono24 and perhaps many other stores that you would find selling second-hand versions of these watches. Is this good for Rolex and watch enthusiasts looking to buy Rolex watches? Okay, in a couple of years' time, and even now, you're going to be faced with a situation where you're going to walk into a Rolex authorized dealer and you'll ask for a Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman, and the sales consultant at this AD will say to you, well, we don't have any brand new models of these in stock at the moment. We do have Rolex certified models that you can purchase right now, or perhaps in a few months' time, if there's a waiting list for them, for around 50 or 75% more than the actual retail price of a brand new version of these models. Just listen to what I said there. That is absolutely insane. And I don't think there's any other industry where you would reasonably go in to an authorized dealer and expect that sort of thing to happen. I know, we've got the likes of BMW, Mercedes that do authorized pre-owned, but the idea here is that you don't pay the same amount for authorized pre-owned model than you would do a brand new BMW or Mercedes. It's insane. I don't love it. As for its impact on the Rolex after sales market, I don't know what the impact will be. If you watch my last video, you'll see the price of second-hand Rolexes has already met the realms of insanity. So it's not surprising that authorized dealers and Rolex perhaps wanted to get a piece of that action. I mean, hopefully Rolex has a plan to make this process as fair and as transparent as possible. But I also feel that sadly this could perhaps lend to some really dubious sales practices by some authorized dealers. I just think the temptation is going to be really high to really benefit, but in a way that perhaps maybe doesn't really help watch enthusiasts like you and me. There could be some positives to this. It could mean Rolexes are now a lot more accessible, especially the high-end and higher demand sports watch models that everyone seems to want these days. So that could in theory perhaps mean the cost of Rolex models for the second-hand market do lower slightly over time. But also, with the Rolex market being as it is, who knows what could happen? I mean, things have gone crazy, haven't they? So what's to say that's not going to continue at some point? It's hard to say. Additionally, it could be good from an exchange point of view. It could be a way of building up to a more desirable Rolex if you exchange your current Rolex with one, a model that perhaps is maybe more to your taste. You might have a Rolex Submariner and you may now want to make an exchange for a Rolex G&T Master 2 Pepsi. Well, it could mean that you can use some of the value of the Rolex Submariner you have, and they can sell you the G&T Master 2 Pepsi also secondhand at a slightly inflated price, of course, but relative to the price they're paying you for your current Rolex Submariner. So, I mean, look, I can see good and bad things in this, but we are already faced with the ignominy of entering a Rolex AD and saying, look, you can't have a brand new model, but you can have one 3 years old for more than double the price in some cases, which I don't know if that's great, but hey, that's the world we're in now. So I know I'm a bit late in talking about this, but I wanted to just digest and really, look at the news and see how this kind of would play out in reality before making my initial, comments on the announcements that came on the 1st of December with regard to the Rolex Certified program. That's it from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.